Did you know a group of criminals once posed as landscapers to steal $70 million from a federal vault? In 2005, a gang in Fortaleza, Brazil rented a house 2 blocks from the Banco Central. They set up fake grass, fake tools, and a fake landscaping company. Then they started digging. For 3 months, they tunneled 256 feet underground through solid earth, moving roughly 4 tons of dirt without anyone noticing. No alarms, no suspicion. Just neighbors who thought the lawn crew was unusually dedicated. On a Friday night, they broke through the vault floor and walked out with 3.5 tons of untraceable bills. The police had almost nothing to go on. Then the money started talking. Gang members flashed cash. Word spread. Informants stepped forward. But so did the bodies. At least 6 people connected to the heist were murdered before they could testify. Most of the money was never found. Brazil's biggest bank robbery in history was solved in pieces, but the fortune stayed buried. Did you know a safety inspector memorized every blind spot in a vault facility and then robbed it for nearly $19 million? Alan Pace worked for Dunbar Armored in Los Angeles. His job was to inspect the facility and keep it secure. But Pace used every visit to study the place like a blueprint. He tracked the camera angles. He learned the guard rotations. He mapped the exact sequence to open the vault. For months, he moved through the building hiding in plain sight, trusted by everyone around him. On September 12, 1997, Pace led his crew inside after hours. They tied up the guards and loaded cash into a rented truck. $18.9 million. The largest cash robbery on American soil at the time. No alarms. No shootouts. Just a man who used his own job to pull off the perfect heist. But his crew got sloppy. They started spending, talking. One of them left a fingerprint on a money bag. The inside man was brought down by the very people he trusted most. Did you know a serial killer mailed a coded message in 1969, and it took the world 50 years to read it? The Zodiac Killer terrorized San Francisco in the late 1960s, murdering at least 5 people and taunting police with letters and ciphers sent to local newspapers. The most infamous was the 340 cipher. 340 characters of twisted symbols that defeated the FBI, the NSA, and decades of obsessed amateur codebreakers. It just sat there, waiting. Then in December 2020, a trio of amateur codebreakers using statistical pattern matching software cracked it open. The message had been hiding in plain sight for 51 years. And what did it say? The Zodiac had written that he hoped the police were having lots of fun trying to catch him. He bragged they would not crack his identity. He called himself the killer, pure arrogance, frozen in time. A 1960s murderer who thought he was untouchable, finally exposed by 3 ordinary people with a laptop and enough patience to outlast him. Did you know a group of war veterans pulled off over 150 jewelry heists across 3 continents and no single country could stop them? They called themselves nothing. The press called them the Pink Panthers. Most were soldiers from the Balkan Wars of the 1990s, men who had survived artillery fire, ambushes, and ethnic cleansing. Luxury crime was easy by comparison. They moved in small, independent cells. No central boss, no shared ledger. If one cell got caught, the others kept moving. In 2003, they smashed into a Harry Winston boutique in Paris and walked out with $6 million in gems in under 4 minutes. Interpol tracked them across 35 countries. Still, members broke out of maximum security prisons in Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Brazil as if the walls were suggestions. The money flowed back into post-war Serbia and Montenegro, cleaned through restaurants and construction firms. $500 million stolen. Fewer than a dozen convictions that stuck. They did not fight the system. They simply operated in the space between every country's jurisdiction, and nobody owned that space. Did you know one man secretly controlled trades worth more than his entire bank's value, and nobody stopped him for over a year? Jérôme Kerviel was nobody special at Société Générale. He worked in the back office, processing trades, learning the systems, memorizing every gap in the controls. Then he used that knowledge to become invisible. By 2007, he had quietly built unauthorized positions worth 50 billion euros. That number exceeded the bank's total market value. He wasn't a rogue genius from the trading floor. He was a back-office clerk who simply knew where the cameras weren't pointing. His supervisors saw the profits and asked no questions. Warning flags from outside regulators went ignored. Then January 2008 arrived. The bank discovered everything and began unwinding his positions in secret. Some analysts believe that desperate sell-off helped trigger a global market shock that same week. The losses hit 4.9 billion euros. Kerviel was convicted. The bank was fined. But France spent years arguing over who truly built the bomb and who just lit the fuse.